Welcome to today's Zoo to You. My name is Patrick. I am the volunteer manager here at Franklin Park Zoo and up at Stone Zoo. So a lot of people, when they think about volunteering at a zoo, they think about working with animals, which of course is a position that we have. However, we also have positions where volunteers help out a variety of departments, from our horticulture department, so helping with the ensure the diversity of plants that we have on grounds, to preparing the diets for the animals, to helping out at special events, to talking to guests about our animals and our mission to inspire people to protect and sustain the natural world. So a lot of our different positions help out a variety of departments. So this is Dot. She is our ball python. So other positions, of course, will help out our keepers behind the scenes with working with the animals, and also animal ambassadors. So volunteers, we ask for a commitment of 2 to 4 hours a week, depending on the role. Volunteers must be 14 years old or older to volunteer. And there are a couple other requirements in terms of training that we get into as well. We will have our next onboarding will begin on February 15th. So if you're interested in volunteering, you can go on our website, zoonewengland.org, and right at the top there's a section for volunteers. We have with us today 2 of our volunteers, Sue and Frank, who can talk about their experience.
Hi, I'm Sue. This is my husband, Frank, and we've been volunteering at the zoo now for 5 years since we retired from teaching. Frank, you was the one that initiated this contact. You want to tell them about that?
Well, 5 years ago, I contacted Patrick because I was sitting at home and looking for something to do that might be more meaningful than just reading in a chair. So Patrick said, come on in and we'll volunteer and take a look around. So when I came in, I met the folks here and went home, and I told Susan, I said, this is a great place to go. This is a wonderful experience, and it's something that could be more fulfilling. So sure enough, Susan the next day came in and volunteered herself. So and for the last 5 years, we've come in on just Wednesday mornings. We are the Wednesday morning crew, along with Tanya and Ben and Lisa, and we start here and then we go on our separate ways. You first come in and meet with the zoo management people and the education people, and they will inform us what's happening with the zoo, what's the update with the animals, who's on and who's not on exhibit, and then we go our separate ways. And Susan normally works with the big animals up at the Hooves and Horns or down with the giraffes, and I tend to go with the children's animals. And it's fun because after the course of the day, we haven't seen each other. We get back to the car and we just talk about who we met and who we saw. And one of the nice things about being here is this Franklin Park Zoo is a gem in the city of Boston. It's a place where people come. Boston itself is a place where people come from all over the world to visit from a historic perspective or from a convention, so they come here for work, but they come from everywhere. And when they come to Boston, they come here. So we've had an opportunity to meet with people from not just the Boston area, but from on a national level, every state in the country, and from an international level, everywhere from Iceland to Chile. So it's been a great personal experience because it keeps us not only motivated to be with the animals, but it also keeps us in touch with people from around the world. It keeps us, well, I hate to say it, keep us younger, but I hope it does. So, back to Sue, she was telling you about Benny.
Hi there. So, after you work for 20 hours as a volunteer, you start out as a zoo ambassador, everybody does. And as Patrick had said, the goal of the zoo is to inspire people to promote and protect animals and their natural habitat. And it's through fun and engaging activities, through research, through education, and through conservation efforts. Then after you spend 60 hours, you can subspecialize and do other things. So one of the other programs is the Ambassador Animal Program, and Benny here is one of our ambassador animals. He is a blue-tongued skink. Maybe he'll oblige by sticking out his tongue, we'll see. But for the ambassador program, what you do is you go in and you are trained by Amanda or Amy on how to handle the animals, how to pick them up, how to handle them, how to take care of them. When you feel comfortable, they will check you off that you're doing it correctly. And then you learn about the animals and their specific characteristics and any conservation methods that are going on with these particular animals. And then you can take them out and do small encounters with them, with people who are visiting at the time. So that's a wonderful program. You get to know all the animals, and they don't necessarily come from around here, so it's giving people the opportunity to see animals from different parts of the world that they might not ordinarily see. And another program that I have worked with is the Assistant Zookeeper Aide. And there are different departments here. There's the Hooves and Horns department, there's Birds World, there's Children's area, and there's Tropical Forest. And if you want, you can pick an area with an animal that you like, and you go and you learn how to take care of that animal, keep their stalls clean, keep the animals healthy, warm, well-fed, and promote their well-being as best you can. So we've also worked in the commissary, and we have helped weigh and measure and chop up food for the animals, which is done very precisely so that they don't become overweight and they retain their best possible health. There's also a veterinary hospital on the grounds, and if that is an area of interest, you can volunteer to work in the veterinary hospital as well, and the horticultural department, as Patrick mentioned. So there's a variety of things that you can do here at the zoo, something for everybody's likes, dislikes, wants, needs, and it's very rewarding. Frank, did you want to talk about the camaraderie here as well?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Good point, because one of the things that we've noticed since we've started here is that not just in the education department, but the zookeepers and the people, the maintenance people, the people in the office staff here, everyone is as friendly and interactive as you would ever want in a place. And everyone's a caring. The zookeepers in this Franklin Park Zoo take care of their animals and take a personal interest in the animal's well-being. So it's like Susan said, at the commissary where they cut up and precisely measure all the food, the zookeepers maintain the animals and make sure that they're well cared for. So when you see an animal, it's in its best possible health. And their maintenance of the animals that come from around the world gives everybody in the city of Boston, like I said, in a global sense, an opportunity to see these animals in their habitat and how they and take that message back, and how the zoo is so dedicated to conservation and its efforts to maintain the animal populations throughout the world. So I'll pass that back to Patrick, because it looks like Dot wants to talk.
Patrick, we actually have a question as well.
Yeah,
Lucas is wondering when you're accepting new volunteers.
So our deadline to apply is February 15th, so we'll be starting the process on February 16th. The goal is to have everybody onboarded and trained to start in April, and then that will go through, that session goes until September. So we have seasons that we accept new volunteers in, and those are not limited. So you can get accepted, go through that time, and still continue to volunteer. That's just the minimum that we ask of people. So we have you here long enough to learn about our zoo and provide valuable assistance.
So I think that's all said. If you want to say bye, we can.
Yeah, are there any other questions that people have for us?
Not right now, I don't think.
Okay. If you think of anything, I usually do as soon as I sign off. You can always go to our website that has a lot of information on it, and my contact information is also on the website, so you can reach out with any questions that you have. Thank you.